First thing, I don't listen to nobody's opinion because if you living up here, you still gonna have bad opinions. You living down here, you still gonna have opinions. So
and I don't think I really could or would want to have anybody else to be on the very first show. Mr. Robert Hunt Jr.
how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
You doing good?
Talk to me. Tell me how you feeling.
Been feeling good. Been a long summer, but been a great summer from the girl side and the boy side. Did a lot of different things this year. Went to travel to a lot of big tournaments, sacrificing being gone for 12 straight days from your home, eating out to eat, hotels, not having your own car, just different situations, different. Then also coaching on the boys' side, traveling, playing at a high level too. So it's been a long summer.
Well, listen, let's jump right into it. Tell me a little bit about who Robert Hunt Jr. is.
Robert Hunt Jr. is somebody, if anybody in this basketball world or business world, I'm a grinder. Nobody can tell me no. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna learn the ins and outs with going through the bad and the good, but I'm gonna find my way of something I'll dream of, and I'm gonna get there. So that's what I help a lot of people. I got a heart for everybody in the community. If you're around me, you can. I'm not a person I can tell anybody no. So I'm a person that help a lot of people too, from the closest people around me, from the kids.
Are you from Dallas?
No, I ain't from Dallas.
Where you from?
From Wichita, Kansas.
What was that like growing up in Wichita?
Wichita, Kansas. That's what made me learned a lot of stuff out there. Having a great father taught me how. Taught us how to be a great person. What you want in life, you have to go get. But in Wichita, Kansas, it's like a great place to be. It's just when you try to make it, everybody ain't gonna be close to you or try to help you and do different things. So you gotta, find your own, because everybody know each other, everybody trying to make it. So, but coming to Dallas, it was different. It was just a different thing, because being around great people, people that want to see you make it, that believe in your dream as much as you believe in your own dream.
So what were you into besides sports? Was there any other interests, music, or?
No, really, growing up, it was just working with, the world teacher, going to school and sports. That's the only thing. When growing up, I thought, in my mind, I was going to the NFL, NBA. That's the only thing I really knew. But we also had that, God blessing, we always had a hustle mentality, whatever new thing come out, and we got blessed to get it, we can sell it, stuff like that. So we always been any type of, anything about hustling and flipping different things and stuff like that.
Gotcha. So I hear you talk about the hustling. What was that like in Wichita, Kansas? What type of influences did you have that got you around that mindset of being a grinder and wanting to hustle?
Having my family. That's the only way. I seen my dad struggle, see my mom struggle, so it wasn't like we could sit around and think something's gonna happen. We had to have it, so we knew we wanted to have a good life. We would have to hustle or go to college, get a degree, do different things. But that was our route, but we didn't finish that route. We found another route, and I feel like the route we got now, it was the best thing, because we have our own time and we get to be there for our kids. So I would rather be there for my kids and have my own time than me having a great job and I'm stressing.
Gotcha. I hear you talk about hustle. It's pretty interesting, because when I hear about hustling and things of that nature, I don't know why, but it's something around music that pops up. When I hear about hustling. Not that all rappers or entertainers are hustlers in a sense, but when I hear that term hustle, that's one of the first things that kind of comes into mind with big influences. So that's why I brought up music earlier. if there was one artist that you grew up listening to or you listen to now, or maybe an artist lyric or a song, what would that be?
I mean, growing up, Lil Wayne was, at the time of my life, Lil Wayne was my favorite rapper. Tupac, growing up, was my dad. But me, with the life change that I have made, I mean, growing up, having businesses and different things, where I came from, Nipsey was a big part of me being in business and trying to make things happen of the lifestyle I end up coming from.
Have you ever tried to rap?
No, I mean, a little bit. I wish I could, because I think
Let me hear a song.
But no, I can't. I ain't no rapper, but I wish I could, because music is a big part of me having success too. People don't realize music is the thing. It ain't. I don't have to listen to the famous rapper live. It's just the lyrics. If it's saying about somebody lifestyle they went through and they made it, I like that. Then the type of stuff I like to listen to. I like to listen to real stuff. It don't matter if you're coming from the rich area, if you coming from the hood area. I would rather you listen to both, because I came from both, and I made it out the hood. So I mean, anything motivated, I'm gonna listen to.
Gotcha. What was the influence like? You got a twin brother, right?
Yeah. So
what was that like growing up with somebody that probably acted just like you in some aspects, looked just like you, obviously? What was that like growing up?
I ain't gonna lie, having a twin and now it was a blessing, because everywhere we go we stand out. It don't matter what we do, don't matter what it like. If we wasn't into business or wasn't into the basketball world, we just stand out. So I mean, it was a great thing, and sport wise, because we always standed out. We was blessed to stand out. It wasn't one good twin and one bad twin. Everything we did, we was good at. So it was a great thing, and I love being twins right now.
What's one of those memories that you had, like as a childhood, just being a twin, that you often reflect on?
Really just
any funny moments, any embarrassing moments?
We had
taking each other girlfriends.
I mean, we had stuff like that, switching and stuff like that. That was probably the best thing. The most memory, when we got in trouble, we went to each other classes, and my daddy don't play around in school like that, so we got in trouble because that's one thing he didn't play with school, but that was the most thing that I can remember, switching classes, and they didn't know. So
that's crazy. So what happened? You get in trouble?
Oh yeah, we got whooping for it. One thing my daddy, I told you, he don't care about nothing else but school. We represent him, and he don't play with school.
Gotcha. So following, say, your middle school, high school career, did you play college ball?
Yeah.
What school did you go to?
We went to Independence Community College. I played football and basketball first year. Decided not to go back to second year. Kind of regret that.
What was the reason behind that?
Getting a great job when my daddy was at work. Where my daddy was at, and really just being spoiled and going through the JUCO life was kind of tough too. And I was used to having what I want when I want to, and it was when I got back home, and everything became easy. So it was just tough from that JUCO life, because it ain't meant for everybody.
What was one of the most memorable things that you experienced during college?
We was in basketball. We in the Hall of Fame right now. I think we went like 33-2. Went down to the best team that came out of Independence Community College. I mean, that was the best thing. I remember football was fun too, but basketball was my dream sport. And the way we came into that, we had a scholarship for football. We talked to the coach, and we asked him for an open trial. He kind of laughed because they was ranked. He said he ain't picking no more kids. So one day we went to play basketball with the basketball kids. Me and my brother did good. And the next day, I think the basketball players told him the twin boys was good, so he came to our classroom because me and him had the same class, and he said, we want to have an open trial for y'all. We went in there for open trial, did real good, and I came out straight from football, went to play basketball, went to 2 practices, came out 6-man, and started my way up.
So you started at a junior college. Coming out of high school, were you highly recruited?
No, the biggest school I had was D2's Fort Hays State. The platform, what we played on, what my kids played on, they living in Kansas, the platform was 2 different things. We was kind of behind in the investment of us traveling and what we do for our kids. What made their name was, my dad was busy working 2 jobs, making sure, he taking care of us. We having twins. He made sure we had cars at a young age, so he was working most of the time than us, being there too.
Gotcha. So what actually brought you to Dallas? I mean, Wichita is quite a bit away, 5 hours away from Dallas. What brought you guys to, you and your brother, your family, what brought you guys to Dallas?
When we got laid off at Raytheon, we was there. We had a great life, bought a house with our family. Everything was going good, and then we got laid off at the aircraft. When we got laid off, at the time they was paying great money. We was getting paid like $600 a week. So when we started traveling. Growing up, the biggest thing we knew was Wichita, Oklahoma City, Kansas City. That's close to home. We went to stuff like that. So when we got laid off, we had a best friend named Elbert Mack. He played for the NFL, played for Tampa Bay at the time, so we got to travel, stay down there for about a week. We came to Dallas, went to Minnesota, just visiting different places, and we knew it was time for us to go. And
why Dallas of all places, though? I mean, you got passed over Oklahoma.
The first choice was going to move to Florida because I like the water. It was way different. When my daddy talked to me, my brother decided to move to Florida at the time. And at the time, my daddy talked to me, said if somebody, God forbid, so I got sick, y'all gonna have to fly, and so I listened to him. So when I started going to Dallas, had a friend named Kendra was coming down here visiting him. Me and Gigi was coming down here, spending like 2 weeks, a week, stuff like that. I said, no, this the place, this right next door from home, close to home. Then my brother stayed in Tampa for a year, and he came down for our birthday. Then when he came down for our birthday, we had a good time. He said he was moving here, so brought everybody here. Brought me and my sister down here too now from Minnesota. So slowly we trying to get my dad and mom down here.
Was there any point in time? I know early on things are different now, but early on, was there any point in time where you felt like, man, this is a bad move, man. We need to go back?
Yes. I mean, first moving down here, adapting, then I think what was really tough for us, if we would just came down here and got a job, it would have been less pressure. But when we came down here with no family, pushing the business, not having no family support for our kids and stuff, we had to come down here and learn the Dallas area, meet new friends that turned into family, so we have more family support. So I mean, that was a big thing too.
Gotcha. Okay, switching gears a little bit. I once heard an interview by LeVar Ball, who talked about picking the right spouse. And not only did he pick his spouse based on the common things that I would say typical guys or most guys would go after, the looks and personality and things of that nature, but also the athletic build. He was like, I gotta have a woman that's athletic as well because my kid's gonna go to the NBA. So what do you think about that? Was that your mindset whenever you went through dating? I know you had some pretty athletic kids. Was that the same mindset?
No, that wasn't my mindset. Where I came from, it was about having somebody cute, seeing somebody potential, what they're gonna have in life and what you can build with. I didn't learn about that until I got down here. Having a baby, having a baby by somebody tall and all that stuff, stuff like that. It didn't make sense until I got down here, and now it do make sense. Height do make a difference. Don't matter what sport it is, stuff like that. So, average height, you got to work harder. So it's a different thing, but you don't never learn. You don't learn nothing until you live. But where we from, you don't hear a lot of people doing that. People just, you meet your spouse, great person, stuff like that. Out here, they already know when they have kids, I'm looking for this type of person. This type of build. So, it was different when I was hearing it out here.
Talk a little bit about the influence that the kid's mom, your spouse, has had on the kids. Most of, I would say, a lot of the community, unfortunately, they're in one-parent households, whether that be just the mom or just the dad, or neither parent, right? So talk a little bit about the influence of having both the mom and dad for your kids and how that has positively and or negatively impacted your kids.
Having both parents in the house, not speaking of sports, if you have a goal for your kids, it take two. You got to have, balance, what it is, if it's practice, if it's piano, if it's, spelling bee. If you're trying to be the best, you got to balance the time out. And also, too, balance, and also, too, you got to also live your life, too. So, that's what also we learning now. We gave up so much time to our kids, and now we just find the time, how to enjoy life too, and also trying to give time to our kids, because as parents, you do want the best for your kids, and when you support your kids, they got a better opportunity of being successful in life. So it is a big difference, having a two-parent household, because if you're on the same plan, ain't nobody can break it.
If you weren't coaching basketball or doing anything sports related, what do you think Robert Hunt Jr. would be doing?
I would still be helping kids, because even when I went to college, growing up, I always wanted to help kids, help kids from single homes, or having kids that had bad mom and dads. I always wanted to deal with kids, so basketball really made me go that route. And I also, before really basketball, I was helping at a daycare, taking kids to field trips, skating rink, movies, stuff like that too. So really helping kids or helping people.
What are your thoughts surrounded around parents who think that you're pushing your kids too hard? Like, have you ever heard the saying of people that say that you're living through your kids? Like, what do you think about that? What are your thoughts on that?
First thing, I don't listen to nobody's opinion, because if you living up here, you still gonna have bad opinions. You living down here, you still gonna have opinions. So what I did learn is, you hear it, sometimes you question it, but once you get past that struggle with your kid, once people see the results, now people congratulate you. So if you got a mindset of a goal for your kids, and your kids telling you they gotta go, I wouldn't listen to nobody. You gonna hear the bads and the goods. It don't matter who. If you a girl playing basketball, you yelling at your daughter doing this, you yelling at your son, but it's two different things. You can yell at your kids if you put in the work. Don't be yelling at your kid if you're not putting in the work and you expect it. But if you're putting that work in and you know your kid can play that level, you can have that relationship.
And you've been coaching for a long time, so you can say that, right?
Yeah.
You have the right to say that. So have you been given a hard time for the status that you have, being one of the, I would say, premier coaches, trainers here in the Metroplex of Dallas? Have you been given a hard time for?
At first, before I made a name, but now it's nothing but respect. Like every time I go to a gym, man, I see you, what you're doing with your kids, man. Keep doing what you're doing. The sacrifice, you get up in the morning. Now it's really more congratulations than you hearing bad. But when you first start something, anything, you gonna hear the bads. What you could have done, what you should have done. stuff like that. Yes, you're gonna hear that.
So did you see the TO altercation? I know I briefly mentioned it to you earlier as you were coming in. Did you see the TO? Owens?
I seen, but I don't remember because I'll be so busy, doing stuff, advertising, seeing different things. I think you just got to bring it back to my memory.
Yeah, for sure. So there was a video that just came out, maybe like I think a day or so ago. He was headed to his mailbox. He was driving down the street to his mailbox, and a woman yelled at him to stop speeding. And there was an altercation, nothing physical, all words, where Tara Owens was calling the woman a Karen.
He ran the stop sign.
Well, there is no stop sign. What are you talking about?
I understand. Where did you hit?
I wasn't, but I asked him to slow down, and he got out of his car and started harassing me. He put his car in park.
Right, because you're going to yell at me and telling me I'm almost hit you, and I didn't.
But you didn't have to get out of your car.
You didn't have to talk to me that way either, Karen.
You're a black man.
In life, situations are gonna happen different. Just at different times who you dealing with. So like somebody seeing him, probably, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Some people, see a normal person and act normal, like, my fault, man, trying to build a relationship, but some people dealing with other people trying to get their name out there. So it just, it's a messed up situation, but it's also like, you just gotta sometimes think before you do, because you depend who you are, because people is waiting for your downfall. Because I've been in situations, people wish me to do something, but if I did do something to mess up what I got going on. So it just, you got to be careful and be mature about certain situations.
Do you feel like in the stardom light that a lot of these athletes are asking for this? Are they asking to be put on the spot, or is it for publicity? Do you feel like it's something behind a lot of these altercations? Because we see it not just with sports, but with music artists, and then they have a album that comes out right after. Do you feel like a lot of this is just for publicity?
Somewhat, yes. Just even the basketball world. I have a relationship with ex-NBA players. Since I've been around so many, just even with my best friend, seen a lot of NFL, it's normal. But some people just see different things. I just want that attention. I would do this, so it depends who you are, mature. So like with me, if I see an NBA person do anything, I'm not gonna record. Some people, I'm doing this. I'll see somebody doing this in a game, I'm recording, like I'm waiting for it. It's a normal person to me now. They normal, God bless them, they famous in basketball, but they're really normal people. But some people trying to just come up and be the first person. I got the video, because now with the phone now, everybody trying to get the first scene of everything and blow up.
Social media.
It's social media. I'm YouTube. I got 200,000 views. So it just, people look at something. Some people rather do it in business or helping people. Some people rather just look for something to put on social media.
Has there been an artist or somebody famous that you have been starstruck or will be starstruck if you were to see them?
No, I met so many people now, it's kind of like normal. Like, my thing is, it probably feel good to have a conversation and see how they make it. And like, I would have a conversation with them. Like, what did you do to get there? What did you sacrifice? That's the conversation I would have. Some people probably have different questions. But with my mom said, maturing different things. Maybe I was younger. Yes, I probably, I want art. I ain't sign no art. I don't want no autograph. I'll just rather have a relationship. Probably sit down and talk, and I'm cool. I ain't about to, maybe Michael Jordan take a picture with, but I'm not about to just, do this. I'm not.
Yeah, you gotta get excited about Mike, man.
Yeah, Michael Jordan, something like that. Yes, take a picture after. But I'm, some people, just try to do some crazy stuff. So me just figuring out how you get this so I can learn and stuff like that.
Talk to me a little bit about what Grind Circuit is, where it started, and then where it is today.
Really, when Ground Circuit first started, I'm not gonna lie. People don't know. It really came from the EYBL circuit. I knew, it was a Nike circuit, so when I came to the name, I said, because God bless it, I started with the girls. I was beating all the EYBL teams, all the shoot deal teams. So I put in my head, what got us to here was my parents that believe in the grind. So that's when I picked Grind Circuit. When the people say the EYBL circuit, the Adidas circuit, I picked Grind Circuit because the only why we got here because we grind. And now it's kind of turned into a lifestyle. Because at first, people didn't understand it. They understand the wins, but now, as they see how many kids I deal with, even the lifestyle I live on my social media every day, it went to really turn into a lifestyle. I mean, from life, sports, lifting, just you get what you earn in life.
The apparel. I see you got the apparel.
Yeah, even the
even the necklace. What is that? Does it say?
Yeah.
Is that the Ground Circuit logo? Okay.
Really, I mean, Ground Circuit is really. I ain't gonna lie. I'm truly investing in myself in Ground Circuit. Everything. I'm gonna live and die by Ground Circuit. Even my organization, but Ground Circuit is more. I touch more kids because United. I love that. That's my heart. But I don't touch a lot more kids. I touch kids that's in my organization. Grind Circuit, I touch so many kids from, Las Vegas, New York, stuff, because it's a brand. People starting to understand it. It's a lifestyle too. So,
if people wanted to get a cop some merchandise or just want to be a part of it in any type of way, whether it be training or any other events that you have going on, how can they do that?
Now all my stuff is ran through our website called www.groundcircuit.com. All my gear is on there, on my schedule. Our camps showcases. We have, spring break camps, everything. So, everything's about Ground Circuit is really on there.
So tell me, what type of legacy do you want to leave for yourself?
For myself, I just want to leave a legacy that really they help the community where I'm at. I touch so many kids, believed in something they didn't believe in, and me helping so many great people. The basketball world, you meet a lot of different people, a lot of great friends. Just really, even with my friends, I'll joke around a lot. If anybody see me, I joke around a lot. I'll talk about, even health, like getting up, working out and stuff like that. Just bettering yourself all across the board. Don't matter if it's basketball, rapping, starting a business. I mean, Ground Circuit came from all different things. I'm also growing, so I really been dealing with a lot of stuff. I also be trying to get my friends to help get them start a business, or even if I see something in them they probably don't see in themselves because I passed that struggle, because I had to go through it. I try to help everybody, different situations.
So we talked about a little bit about your childhood, some sports related stuff, the Grind Circuit, where you are today. What we haven't really touched on is you being a father. So talk to me a little bit about what it means for you to be a father.
Me being a father, really that's anybody that know me, my kids is everything. I sacrifice anything for them. Being a father is hard because you ain't living for yourself anymore because you got to sacrifice for your kids. So me being a father really changed my life and really made me to who I am today. If I didn't have no kids, I don't know where I'll be at now, or if it would have turned me into be around kids. But my kids really just
And how old are your kids now?
My daughter is 15. 14 going on 15, and my son is 10 going on 11.
Gotcha. So your daughter is in high school then, right?
Yeah, she's a sophomore now.
Sophomore. Okay. What's that like? She has to be. I'm assuming she has to be going through the dating phase or liking boys, I should say. What is that like as a father? Are you having that Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, Bad Boys feeling when the boy comes knocking at your door, or what?
At first, it was bad at first because trying to seeing your kids grow up. That's the hard part of different situation. Then you really can't control what the world brings to them. You feel like you can do this at a certain age, yeah. But it got to the point. I don't want my kid hiding stuff from me. So now I'm not cut loose on it, but it's a thin line between stuff like that. So it just then also having a student athlete, being popular, stuff like that. It gonna come with it. So, but like I said, it's a thin line between certain things. I don't. I know when I was in high school, she doing better. I know my daughter. When I was doing sophomore year, she doing way better than I was. So it's a blessing on that too.
And what about Trey Hunt III? What is his personality like?
Trey, I got two. They two different kids. Trey is more. I think he's gonna be a less problem kid to me. I don't know probably about with the girls. I don't know where that comes with, but just he's really, really, really mature for his age. So, like I said, I wouldn't want no other way. Like, I'm blessed to be the father to Renai and Trey. I wanted a boy and a girl, but I wanted my boy first because having my son protect, his little sister and stuff like that. But it didn't work out that way. But everything else worked out how I wanted and stuff like that.
So how do you balance the personalities? It has to be a bit of a personality gap. You have one that's in high school, and then your youngest that's going into the 5th grade, correct? So what is that personality balance like in the household with the 5th grader and a 10th grader?
Personality is just you see your kids. I just feel like in life, when you have kids, certain kids take after their mom, certain kids take after their dad. Trey got more as my personality, like joking around. He gonna say what's on his mind. Renaya do got it because I've been around, but she more as a serious person too. She joke around on her time, but Trey is more have my personality, so it's a difference on certain things. I have fun with both, but Trey just a different vibe that he brings because I know he chill. He gonna say something to me, and I'm gonna say something back to him. So who you talking to? I'm gonna clown on you back. He gonna say something back. My daughter, she don't clown as much as me and Trey do.
What's the most difficult thing about being a father?
Really, even just getting older, just realizing, are you being a good enough father to your kids? Like, just with me, because I'm never content. So I'm just looking at, am I doing everything I'm supposed to? And I also look at, learn from other fathers too. So I don't just go my way. Maybe if I feel, maybe I need to tell my kids I love them more. I figure, I look at different things and stuff like that. But it's just the biggest thing with me, just, do you feel like, are you doing good, the best you can?
What advice would you give to a new father that's expecting now in this generation? Because it's a completely different generation than when you were raising your kids. What advice would you give them?
Advice is just before you have kids, you make sure you really want to have kids, and also to having kids could be a bad thing in life. It could be a good thing in life, and that's the thing. You gotta make sure you're having your kid by the right person.
Talk about it. How can it be a bad thing?
Because you can have a kid by the wrong person, vice versa. I'm not speaking on women, I ain't speaking on guys. Because when you bring somebody else to your life adult, you gotta share with. You see things different. You can be raised different. Stuff like that. Just know different things. You might feel your son can do this, and your woman feel like my son ain't gonna do this. So it's just different things. But once you find that battle, I think it's a great thing.
I'm not sure if I've ever said it. I say it right now. Kim, I'm proud of you. All the success that I've seen you have over the years, and I admire everything that you continue to do. So keep your head up, keep grinding. Not only me, I feel like the whole Metroplex supports you. So obviously with any success, you're gonna have haters. We block out all those haters. If we don't have haters, we ain't doing something. So
Facts.
I appreciate you for coming on the show. Appreciate you for coming on the show, and wish you nothing but success.
And too, I want to thank you too for having me out here too, having me on your show. And also I want to tell everybody too. I mean, like you said, I do get a lot of love in Dallas. I'm not from here. It wasn't for the support, I wouldn't be who I am now. Even through the good and the bad stuff, people reaching out to me when I made good decisions, bad decisions. Hey, Rob, man, just watch out, doing this. So I had a lot of good people, telling me watch out for different things. I learned because sometimes you can just be blessed so fast you don't know what's going on. So I had a lot of good people telling me. I know you was one of them too. Been on through my side, pushing me, doing different, seeing me doing different stuff too. So I just want to thank everybody, in Dallas, even the people that support me in other states across the world too. So.
iBall Nation.